Okay, hi guys. Today I'm going to be quickly running through a video that I recorded whereby I was hiring a designer for email marketing templates. Now, you can use this interview as both an example of what you can do, perhaps what you shouldn't do, as well as an opportunity to provide me with some feedback and just to kind of get some insight into the kind of questions I ask for my graphic designers when I'm looking at bringing on new people into my team. Bit of background, my name is Gavin. I'm an email marketing specialist. I run an email and SMS marketing agency based out of New Zealand called Inbox. I make these videos just to document my journey as an email marketer, as well as to build up a bit of a following for myself and to get some feedback and to potentially reach some new clients. So if you need email marketing help, give us a shout. Anyway, let's jump into it. Just for the sake of confidentiality, I have blurred the face of the candidate that I'm interviewing, but I haven't muffled their voice as I don't think there's anything too unique about the voice to give their identity away. So let's just jump into it and we can review some of the questions that I asked and just kind of my process for interviewing these individuals. So here we go. So I can
Okay,
come back to
okay.
it. Fantastic. How was your weekend? Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, I did.
Fantastic. Now, is
It was
your
my birthday.
hey,
Yeah,
happy
like
birthday.
on the 6th. So yeah,
How old are you now?
I'm 33.
33? Let's go.
Yeah.
Did you have any big presents?
Now, I just had a simple meal with my family and friends.
So, just trying to build a bit of early rapport there. I find a lot of the times in remote-based agencies, it's just all about work, 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 work. I want to actually develop a relationship with the people I have working for me, and so I just try and build a bit of that social rapport. You'll even see me do that with other clients as well, and it just helps break the ice. Instead of me just going straight into, I need a designer for this, 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 this. I want to learn a little bit more about them, and I kind of end all the meetings on those notes as well. Oh,
Yeah.
lovely. Well, hey, thanks for jumping on this call. So, just to give you a bit of a rundown of kind of what I'm looking for, and I'll give you a bit of context about what I do. So, I
Okay.
run an email marketing agency out of New Zealand, and we specialize in helping direct to consumer brands do their email marketing. Now, I've seen your CV and I've seen some of the work. Now, just a bit of context, I found this person on onlinejobs.ph. Once again, that's onlinejobs.ph. You can hire staff from the Philippines. She applied for my job listing. I saw some of her resume and some of the templates that she created before, and I really liked them, which led me to interview her here. Done, and I really like it. It looks really good. What I am looking for is somebody who's able to come on board as a freelancer for the time being,
Okay.
and then as time goes on, as I expand kind of what I offer, as our business grows, we can look at getting somebody on. So I try and confirm if she's okay with being a freelancer, just because a lot of these people are actually looking for salary jobs, full time employment, which I currently cannot offer. I actually have to trial everybody as a freelancer initially, and then from there, if it works out, we bring them on as a full time team member. I'm not actually there yet, but that is the roadmap that I'm looking at going for. So with this individual, I just told them that I'm only looking for a freelancer at the moment, and I just wanted to confirm if that's okay with them, because if it's not, then just for the sake of both of our times, we should just call the meeting right then and there. Just trying to qualify, essentially, full time.
Okay.
Um, Straight off the bat, does freelance work sound like something you'd be interested in doing?
Yeah, I've been doing freelance
So good, fantastic. We're good to move on to the next few questions.
work.
Okay,
So,
fantastic, cool. Now, looking at your email designs, these are all great. Now, these, for example, the Pretzel Company, the
mhm.
Kennedy, are those all actual clients or are those just templates?
Yeah.
So I asked them if they're sorry. So I asked this individual if the emails they created were templates or if they were for actual clients. A lot of the times you'll get graphic designers who create their own templates and it looks like they have a lot more experience than what they actually have. And that's not them just trying to mislead you or anything. It's just them providing examples of their work. But I like to find people who have created these templates and have worked directly for other clients and have worked in an agency setting before, because that comes with a whole bunch of other benefits such as increased experience. They know how to communicate internally with other team members. They know how to deliver things on time. They know how to use Slack. They're familiar with invoicing, and it just reduces a lot of the learning curve that you have to go for. So I noticed that she created a bunch of email templates, but I didn't know if they were for actual clients or if she just created them in her own free time. Fortunately, she had created them for clients, which means she has a bunch of experience backing her. Or so she says, right? You have to take everything with a bit of a grain of salt here, but yeah, sounds promising.
Yeah, that's actual clients. I worked for VSCL before. It's an American work.
So fantastic. She's worked with an agency before. So that is both good. And also it raises a few more questions, right? So it's awesome that she's worked with an agency. She has experience, but I want to know why she's not working with that agency anymore. Like, what is the reason? Because there's potentially some issues there, right? Like if she was let go, her designs weren't on point. Obviously, she's not probably going to tell me that, even if I ask her, which I do ask her. But it's still good to just kind of be aware of that in the periphery.
Call this email marketing agency, the
Cool.
same as you. So yeah.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Are you still working with them now?
No, we end the contract last year because they cannot sustain the salary.
So she tells me the reason she's ended the contract is due to the company not being able to pay for it for her anymore, which may or may not be true. But it's she answered it pretty swiftly, so it seems pretty promising. You just have to take their at their word, really.
Of their employees. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, they decided to end it.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What is your availability like then? Are you fully available? Are you available part time? Are you working with any other companies at the moment?
Well, I'm available.
So yeah, just trying to figure out what our hours are. Now, keep in mind when they say morning, it's just important to understand the time differences as well. So they might say morning, but if you're based in the U.S. or, for example, for me in New Zealand, their morning is actually my afternoon. So I just need to be aware of those time frames, especially when I have urgent deliveries for work.
Okay. In the morning,
So she says PH
9
time.
a.m. PH time, because I cannot work at night because I'm taking care of my son and
Yeah, that's
my
totally
partner.
fine.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
partner has work, so I really need to take care of him at night. So
I totally hear you. So you're available from 9 till, is it like 5 o'clock PHT?
yeah, that's fine.
Okay, 9 to 5 PhD. Okay, fantastic. That's great. And then what else am I looking for? Now, when you're designing your emails, do you design them? So for me, with my team, I like to have one uniform process, right? So in my team, we all use Figma. I really can't have people using Photoshop, Figma, and Canva to design graphics. It just gets a bit too confusing. I want to find somebody who is both willing and able, or at least willing to use a platform such as Figma, because that's the platform that we use. In Photoshop, or do you design them in Figma? What's your platform that you use?
Well, I use Photoshop, but if
Okay.
the client, uh, I tried Figma, but I did not like.
So here she's clearly experienced with Photoshop and she hasn't used Figma that much, which means to me it's going to be a bit of training on the front end, which is going to be a time investment on my end, as well as an actual monetary investment there as well, because I pay her by the hour.
Like full explore it. So,
Okay.
but I
So
can, if you want, I can watch like tutorials for that. So
okay, cool. Yeah, so Figma is something that we work with.
mm-hmm.
That's kind of the platform we like to use because
Okay.
I have in the whole process how it goes. I have a scripter who writes the emails, then I have a designer, which would be you,
Mm-hmm.
and then I have a
Okay.
builder who takes the email and builds it into Klaviyo. Now,
Okay.
are you familiar with building the template? So the reason I ask her if she's familiar with building templates is because within my process, as you just saw, I have a scripter, I have a designer, and a builder, right? So three different people. And typically I like to segment the work up according to those roles just because it allows for a bit more fluidity and allows for other tasks to be completed on an ongoing basis, right? We don't get bottlenecks or anything like that. Now, in an ideal world, I'd have a bunch of builders, but since I'm small, I only have one builder right now, and I need to be prepared for the possibility that my builder isn't available, right? And if my builder is not available, I don't have anybody and I have to build it. And that takes me time, and my time is worth way more than what it would cost me to hire somebody else out, right? So I just want to find somebody who has a bit of skills in both, right? So she's a designer, and I just need to see if she has the build skills as well in case my builder does fall through and she can fill that gap for a short period of time if need be. Plates into Klaviyo as well?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Klaviyo, Mailchimp.
Fantastic. She says she can. Okay, fantastic. Now, when you're designing the emails, do you create mobile versions of those emails as well? Now, I asked this question because within Klaviyo, there's a mobile and desktop compatible version of each email that needs to be created because 60% of people open emails on mobile, right? And you actually need to optimize for mobile over desktop. And this is actually a little trick question because some people don't actually know that. Some people think that when they build into Klaviyo, Klaviyo automatically formats the emails for both those devices. And it does, But sometimes when it comes to images, if you have text on the images, and this is more for the email marketers out there, if you have text on the images and it compresses it and shortens it and makes it smaller for mobile, that text can be really hard to read on a mobile device, which means click rates will go down, people will open less, and it affects your overall deliverability and sales via email. So I ask her this because some people don't actually know that, and it's a good little trick question to figure out what their actual skills are like. Design side of things.
Oh, it's like what do you call this? It's automatically
See, so she's actually answering this question wrong, right? Like, yes, it is automatically converted to mobile, but not. Uh, it's you can't rely on it, and so she's showing me that perhaps she's not as familiar with email marketing as I need
convert
her to
into
be.
mobile. I'm not the builder, so
So now she says she's not the builder, which says to me that she might not have the build skills that she mentioned she previously did have.
not the builder. So
Yeah.
they're like doing that for mobile.
Okay.
I'm just
Okay.
creating the template. I
Wait,
mean the design.
do you create a mobile design as well?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
I
Cool.
just have to like
Yeah. So the fact that she says I can do that instead of I do that says to me that perhaps this is an additional thing that she's never done before, and I'm guessing perhaps if the other agency wasn't aware of this, this is perhaps the reason that they let go of her because they couldn't afford her because probably clients were dropping off because they weren't aware of the mobile version. If that's the case, right?
resize it like that.
Yeah, and that's what we're gonna need. So we're gonna need to have the desktop version on one side, and then we're gonna need to have the mobile version because
Well, yeah.
obviously, the text needs to be enlarged a little bit on mobile. Buttons need to be changed. So for
Yeah.
every email that we design, there needs to be a mobile version of it.
Okay.
But as long as you're aware of what those so this isn't a huge issue, right? This can be taught. It's just a matter of making sure we know exactly what we're getting into before we hire this individual. Dimensions are like, do you know what the dimensions are for like the mobile versions of emails?
I forgot the mobile version and the desktop actually because I'm not in. I mean I'm not working for the past month.
Sure.
So
Okay.
yeah, I can just check that out.
Yeah, cool. It's 600 by 400 for desktop, and I think 350 by 180 or something. I can't remember for mobile. But yeah, okay, fantastic. Now, what is if I were to give you like an email, let me give you an example actually of kind of like what we're looking at right now. So if I go into Figma, so I'm going to fast forward a little bit here, but I'm going to give an example of the templates that I would potentially start you on. So where are we at? Fantastic. Let me share my screen. Share screen. Okay, let me know if you can see that.
Yeah, I can see it.
Fantastic. So kind of like what you're looking at here is basically a flow, a welcome series flow, whereby we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different emails. The fifth one, just disregard that fifth one. What I'd be looking for somebody to do is somebody like you to come in, take a look at these, and then create emails similar to these in Klaviyo. So similar structure. Of course, with this one, you'll notice we're missing some of the mobile version, right? So we don't have the mobile version. Typically, we would have a desktop and then a mobile right next to it. Is this something you could do, like similar style to this?
Yeah, I can do that.
Cool. And let's say roughly to create 4 emails, how long would that take you?
4 emails
like this. Let's say if you were to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and I give you all the scripting. All the scripting is provided to you. Just to create them, how long do you think it would take?
Maybe give me at least 2 hours.
So 2 hours is really quick to create these 4 emails. That's awesome. If she can actually do that in 2 hours, that's fantastic. Like that's very, very efficient.
Okay. 1 hour, 2 hours.
Okay, fantastic. And then it's not unreasonable though. It's not an unrealistically quick number. If she said like 30 minutes, I'd be like, okay, we should probably end this call now. But yeah, 2 hours is realistic for this. I'm guessing your English, I mean, you speak really well. Your grammar and everything like that is really good as well? So here I'm asking about her grammar and her English. So obviously you can speak English very, very well. This is something you do have to be quite mindful of when you're hiring overseas contractors. But yeah, she's clearly got a very strong grasp of the English language, but occasionally there's going to be some writing that needs to be done within these emails. Occasionally, there'll be a few typos here and there, or that she needs to distinguish and read the copy and then design things based on the copy. So I'll give her prompts, but the copy as well needs to be a prompt in itself. And I need to make sure she understands that to an extent where she can then model emails off of that. So yeah, that's just me kind of making sure that that's the case. And occasionally there'll be typos that pop up. I need to make sure that she can catch those as well.
Yeah.
Cool. And then what is your hourly rate as well? If you could convert that to US dollars, that'd be really good for me.
Yeah. Actually, I'm $9
So
per
$9 per
hour,
hour, that's
but I
fantastic.
can
Exactly
like
what we're after.
drop it out to $8 per hour.
No, nine works for us. That's good.
Okay.
So you said 8, but listen, I'd rather pay a premium and ensure we have a strong working relationship. Okay, fantastic. Want to make sure that you're paid. Okay, easy. Well, listen, what I'm going to do is I have one designer currently working on this. I'm just going to see how he works out, and then depending on that, we'll then get in touch with you and kind of go from there.
Okay.
Too easy. What I'll say is, yeah, just expect to hear back from me shortly.
Okay.
And that's pretty much the end of the call right there. So guys, listen, that's kind of the process that I kind of go through. Very light. That whole meeting took me under 8 minutes. So quick and easy. I was able to get a pretty good gauge as to where she's at as an email marketer or a graphic designer in this case to support my email marketing efforts. She's pretty good. I'd give her like a solid 7 out of 10 as far as her skills. But yeah, price was there. English language was there. Clearly communicative, which is fantastic. The designs were there. I am a bit concerned about the build side of things, but that'll probably be discovered in the hiring process while we hire her and give her some work. Also, just as a note, we start small. So I give her like one project, one email. We see what the email looks like, and then we expand it from there. So more work from there. We start small. Don't want to give her a whole client to manage all the designs for. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. I hope you found it useful. Any questions, please let me know. Any suggestions as well, once again, please let me know. Really keen to hear your thoughts on that. Hope you found this useful. Give us a like, subscribe, and if you need any help with your email marketing, boom, I'm the guy. Cool, guys. Thanks. Bye.